What if I told you that the first 30 minutes of your morning could literally determine whether you live to see your grandchildren graduate college? I want you to picture this for a moment. Two people, both 65 years old, nearly identical health profiles, same basic lifestyle choices. But one simple morning routine made the profound difference between living 15 more years versus 30 more years. Think about that for a second. 30 versus 15. That's not just statistics. That's watching your great-grandchildren grow up, or missing it entirely. If you're over 65 right now, or you have loved ones who are, I need you to understand something important. This isn't just about adding more years to your life. Anyone can exist longer. This is about adding genuine life to your years. Quality, energy, vitality, independence. The morning habits I'm about to share with you have been quietly studied by longevity researchers for decades, tucked away in medical journals that most people never see. But today, that changes for you. By the end of this video, you're going to discover 5 incredibly powerful morning practices that could literally rewire how your body ages. And here's what's absolutely fascinating about this. Some of these practices go completely against everything you've probably been told about healthy aging. Everything. So I need you to promise me you'll watch until the very end, because that 5th practice, it's going to completely surprise you, and it might just be the most important thing you hear today. If you're ready to discover how your mornings could become your personal fountain of youth, I want you to comment the word "ready" below right now. Seriously, do it right now while you're thinking about it. And don't forget to subscribe to ElderWisdom, because we're building something special here. A community of people who absolutely refuse to let their age define their limits. We're rewriting the rules of aging, and you're about to become part of that story. Practice number 1, the 10-minute cold exposure ritual. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 72 years old, and every single morning, she does something that would make most people absolutely cringe. She ends her shower with 2 full minutes of cold water, not cool water, genuinely cold water. When she first told her doctor about this, he was skeptical, maybe even a little concerned. But then her latest blood work came back, and his jaw dropped. Margaret's inflammation markers, they were lower than most 40-year-olds he'd seen in years. Now, here's what's happening inside your body when you expose yourself to cold. And this is where it gets really exciting. Your body starts producing something called cold shock proteins. Think of these as your body's repair crew that gets activated only under specific conditions. These proteins literally go around repairing damaged cells and boosting your immune system in ways that no medication can replicate. The research is absolutely stunning. Studies show that regular cold exposure can reduce inflammation by up to 40%. And here's why that matters so much. Chronic inflammation is the silent killer behind most age-related diseases. Heart disease, arthritis, even dementia, they all have inflammation at their core. But I know what you're thinking. Cold exposure sounds dangerous for someone my age. And you know what? Most people think exactly that, and they're wrong, but only partially wrong. It's dangerous if you jump into ice water unprepared, like some young person on social media, but that's not what we're talking about here. The key is gradual adaptation. Your body is incredibly smart and adaptable, even at 70 or 80 years old. Here's exactly how you start. Tomorrow morning, during your regular shower, make the last 30 seconds slightly cooler than what feels comfortable. Not shocking, not painful, just uncomfortably cool. Do that for a week, then make it a bit cooler and extend it to 45 seconds. Each week, you make it a little cooler and a little longer. Your goal, eventually, is 2 minutes of genuinely cold water. But please consult your doctor first, especially if you have any heart conditions. This isn't a race. It's a gradual awakening of your body's repair systems. Cold therapy literally wakes up your body's natural repair mechanisms. But the next practice might be even more powerful, and it's something you're probably already doing, but doing completely wrong. Practice number 2, the protein-first breakfast strategy. Meet Robert. He's 68, and for years he started every single morning the same way most people do. Toast, maybe some jam, coffee, perhaps a piece of fruit. Seemed healthy enough, right? But by 10 in the morning, Robert would crash. His energy would plummet, he'd feel foggy, and despite exercising regularly, he was watching his muscle mass just melt away year after year. It was heartbreaking for him and terrifying for his family. Then Robert discovered what I call the protein-first protocol, and everything changed. 6 months later, just 6 months, his muscle mass had increased by 8%. 8%! His energy levels rivaled what he remembered from his 50s, and his doctor couldn't believe the transformation. Here's the science that will blow your mind. After age 65, your body develops something called anabolic resistance. Basically, your muscle-building machinery starts ignoring the signals to build and repair muscle. It's like your muscles are wearing noise-canceling headphones, but consuming 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein first thing in the morning. That's like sending a wake-up call that's so loud, it cuts through that resistance. It's like shaking your muscles awake and saying, "Hey, we're still in the game here." The tragic misconception that's killing people's vitality is this idea that seniors need less protein as they age. It's exactly the opposite. You need more protein, not less. And timing matters more than the total amount you eat in a day. Your body can only process so much protein at once, so front-loading it in the morning is absolutely crucial for anyone over 65. Here's your practical action plan. Within the first hour of waking up, you need to consume 25 to 30 grams of complete protein. Think 2 whole eggs plus a cup of Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie made with quality protein powder. The key word here is complete proteins, those containing all the essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. This isn't complicated, but it is powerful. Fueling your muscles properly is just the beginning, though. The third practice targets something even more fundamental: the actual power plants inside your cells. Practice number 3, the mitochondrial morning movement. Eleanor is 74 years old, and 2 years ago, she couldn't climb a single flight of stairs without getting completely winded. Her doctor told her it was just normal aging. Those 2 words that I absolutely hate because they make people give up on themselves. But Eleanor refused to accept that. After adopting one specific 15-minute morning routine, she's now hiking mountain trails with her great-grandchildren. The secret? She learned how to wake up her cellular batteries every single morning. Let me explain what I mean by cellular batteries. Inside every cell in your body, you have these tiny structures called mitochondria. They're literally the power plants that create energy for everything you do. Walking, thinking, breathing, healing. After age 65, these mitochondria start declining dramatically. Most people think this decline is inevitable, But here's the incredible truth. Specific types of morning movement can actually trigger something called mitochondrial biogenesis. That's a fancy way of saying your body starts creating brand new mitochondria. You can literally grow new cellular power plants at any age. But here's where most people get it completely wrong. They think they need long, exhausting workouts to get any benefit. They picture themselves suffering through hour-long gym sessions, and they give up before they start. But the research shows that brief, specific movements in the morning can be more effective than those marathon workout sessions. The key is activating different muscle groups in a very specific sequence that targets mitochondrial function. Here's what Eleanor does every morning and what I want you to try. It's called the 5-5-5 protocol. 5 minutes of gentle joint mobility, just moving your shoulders, hips, ankles through their natural range of motion. Then 5 minutes of body weight movements, modified however you need them to be. This could be wall push-ups, sitting and standing from a chair, or gentle squats holding onto something stable. Finally, 5 minutes of balance challenges, standing on one foot, walking heel to toe, or even just standing with your eyes closed. This entire sequence can be done in your pajamas in your living room, and it specifically targets mitochondrial function. While you're energizing your cells with movement, there's a hidden practice that could be even more powerful, and it happens to be completely free. Practice number 4, the sunlight synchronization secret. James is 71, and his family was getting worried about him. He was suffering from terrible sleep, lying awake for hours, then feeling exhausted all day. Worse, he was having what his family politely called senior moments, forgetting names of people he'd known for decades, misplacing his keys constantly, losing track of conversations. His family was starting to whisper about memory care facilities. James's breakthrough came from something so incredibly simple that his doctor initially dismissed it as nonsense. 20 minutes of morning sunlight exposure. Not sunbathing, not lying by the pool, just standing outside in the morning sun. Within 3 weeks, his sleep dramatically improved. Within 2 months, his cognitive clarity returned to levels he hadn't experienced in years. His family couldn't believe the transformation. Here's the science behind James's miracle. Morning sunlight does something absolutely remarkable to your body. It synchronizes your circadian rhythm, your internal biological clock, and triggers the production of vitamin D and serotonin simultaneously. But here's what most people don't understand. The timing matters more than the duration. The first hour after sunrise provides specific light wavelengths that optimize your body's internal clock in ways that no other time of day can replicate. The dangerous misconception that's keeping people from this benefit is thinking that any sunlight is good sunlight. Morning light is fundamentally different from afternoon sun. The wavelengths are different, the intensity is different, and the effect on your body is completely different. Also, sitting by a window doesn't count. Glass filters out the crucial wavelengths your body desperately needs. Here's your simple action plan. Step outside within the first hour of waking up, even if it's cloudy. You want 10 to 20 minutes of direct exposure to your eyes and skin. No sunglasses during this time, but absolutely protect your skin appropriately if you're prone to burning. If mobility is limited, sit by an open window or on a porch. The key to this practice is consistency, not perfection. Even 5 minutes is better than nothing. These 4 practices work together beautifully, creating a symphony of health in your body. But the 5th one might surprise you because it's about what not to do. Practice number 5, the morning fasting window. Meet Maria. She's 69 years old, and her entire life she was told to never skip breakfast. It was drilled into her head that breakfast was the most important meal of the day, that skipping it would ruin her metabolism and make her weak. So every morning she dutifully ate breakfast within an hour of waking up, even when she wasn't hungry. But when Maria started delaying her first meal by just a few hours, something completely unexpected happened. Her doctor was absolutely amazed at her next checkup. Her blood sugar had stabilized at levels he hadn't seen in years. Her energy soared throughout the day instead of crashing and spiking, and she lost 15 pounds without even trying, without changing what she ate, just when she ate it. The secret? She gave her body time to do what it does best when we're not constantly feeding it: clean house. The scientific term for this is autophagy, and it's your body's cellular cleanup process. Think of it as taking out the cellular trash, recycling damaged proteins, and clearing out the junk that accumulates in your cells. This process naturally slows dramatically as we age, but strategic fasting can reactivate it powerfully. Studies show that 14 to 16-hour fasting windows can improve longevity markers significantly. We're talking about real, measurable changes in how your body ages. But I know the fear that's probably creeping into your mind right now. Many seniors have been conditioned to fear that skipping breakfast will cause weakness, dizziness, or dangerous blood sugar crashes. For most people, though, extending the overnight fast by just 2 to 4 hours actually stabilizes blood sugar and energy levels. Your body is incredibly intelligent. It has sophisticated systems for maintaining stable energy even without constant food input. Here's how to start safely. Tomorrow morning, delay breakfast by just 1 hour. That's it. Do that for a week, then gradually extend it. Focus on staying well hydrated with water, herbal tea, or black coffee if you drink it. When you do break your fast, break it with that protein-rich meal we talked about earlier. This creates a perfect 1-2 punch for your metabolism. But I need to be absolutely clear about this. This practice isn't for everyone. If you have diabetes, a history of eating disorders, or are on medications that require food timing, you should absolutely avoid this practice or only try it under medical supervision. Now, I know what you might be thinking at this point. This sounds overwhelming. 5 different practices, all these changes to make. But here's the beautiful truth about these practices. I completely understand if this feels like a lot to take in right now. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, I'm already 65, 70, or 75 years old. Is it really too late for me? Have I missed my chance? Let me tell you something that might bring tears to your eyes because it's the absolute truth. It is never, ever too late. Never. Your body has an incredible, almost miraculous capacity for renewal, even in your 80s and beyond. These aren't just theories from some research lab. They're proven pathways to vitality that work at any age. I want you to completely shift how you think about aging right now. Instead of seeing aging as inevitable decline, what if you saw it as optimization? What if aging became your chance to finally give your body exactly what it needs to thrive? These morning practices aren't about fighting aging like it's some enemy to defeat. They're about aging magnificently, with grace, with strength, with clarity. You're not trying to be 30 again. That's not the goal. You're becoming the absolute best version of yourself at whatever age you are right now. Here's what I want you to do today. Right after you finish watching this video, choose just one of these practices. Just one. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start tomorrow morning with one simple change. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait until you've bought special equipment or consulted 5 different doctors. Your future self, the one who gets to play with great-grandchildren, travel to new places, wake up feeling genuinely energized, that person is counting on the decision you make today. I need you to remember something profound. Aging gracefully isn't about winning the genetic lottery. It's not about luck, good genes, or being born into the right family. It's about choices. Small, consistent choices, compounded over time. You have far more control over your longevity and vitality than you might think. And it all starts with how you choose to spend your first 30 minutes each day. Those 30 minutes are your investment in every day that follows. Let's quickly recap these 5 morning longevity practices so they're crystal clear in your mind. Cold exposure for cellular repair and inflammation reduction, protein-first breakfast for muscle preservation and energy stability, targeted movement for mitochondrial health and energy production, morning sunlight for circadian optimization and mood regulation, and strategic fasting for cellular cleanup and metabolic health. Even implementing just 2 or 3 of these practices could add years to your life. Quality years filled with energy and independence. Now, I'm genuinely curious about you. Which of these practices resonates most deeply with you right now? Are you feeling brave enough to try the cold shower challenge? Or does the protein-first breakfast feel more manageable for where you are today? Maybe the morning sunlight practice feels like the perfect place to start. I want you to comment below and let me know which one you're going to commit to starting with. I read every single comment personally, and I absolutely love hearing about your journeys, your challenges, and your victories. If this video has opened your eyes to new possibilities for healthy aging, if it's given you hope or practical tools you can actually use, please give it a thumbs up. That simple action helps more people discover these potentially life-changing practices. And if you want more evidence-based strategies for thriving after 65, subscribe to ElderWisdom and ring that notification bell. We're just getting started on this incredible journey together, and I have so much more to share with you. Before you go, I want to leave you with this thought that I hope will stay with you. Your age is not your cage. It's not a prison that limits what's possible for you. Every single morning is a fresh opportunity to invest in your future vitality, to make choices that honor the life you still have ahead of you. Thank you for being part of the Elder Wisdom community, where wisdom meets wellness, and where your absolute best years might still be ahead of you. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, make every morning count. Make it matter. Make it yours.